before we get started, I have to say thank you to our sponsors at the Scrum at Me offices, at the Scrum at Me company. Thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you to the fans who tapped in before. Thank you to every single person who followed on Instagram, every single person who followed on Twitter, every person who followed on TikTok, YouTube, every single person that's tapped in. Thank you. Whoever isn't tapped in, tap them in, and let's grow the army, let's grow the family. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are back, we are outside. Welcome to the Scrum at Me show. I'm here with my partner, my brother, Tish, aka Coach Sim.
Oh, yes.
How you doing, man? How you feeling? What's up?
No, how's it, Kuhle? No, all good, man. Welcome back to the country. It's been a while since the last time we spoke. Excited to be here for our second episode of the Scrum at Me show. We're very excited for the journey that we've been on since the first episode. So thanks a lot for having me, Vooks.
Welcome. Well, the thing is, I'm your host, Vukile Sofisa, and I'm here with my co-host, Coach Sim, and we're here at the Scrum at Me show. Tishara, any few words just to give the people, just to let them know we're back, just so they can feel our presence.
We're online, we're here, we live. It's been overwhelming to see the reception we received since the first episode, and just want to thank everyone out there. Every like, every share is really appreciated. So we just keep growing and onwards and upwards from here. I think I'm excited for the journey that the show is going to take, and just keep tapping in, keep pulling in for the vibes. We've got a lot in store for you here to come.
But before we get into anything else, you in the Bay, you live in PE, player. How's PE been? How's the Windy City? How's the Bay? Obviously I'm in France. I'm not tapped in. I don't know what's going on. You're the king of the Bay. You're holding it down. The greatest rugby mind in the Eastern Cape, in my opinion. Tishara, how's the Bay, bro? How's PE?
I love this tag, folks. No, the Bay has been good. We struggled a lot with the weather lately. Thoughts and prayers to the people down in Kariga who struggled with floods in the last 2 days. I hope the families are safe and recovering from a tough time with the weather. Definitely. Other than that, we're enjoying the time in the Bay, enjoying the rugby that we've been watching. It's really keeping us going. We're really excited to see the rugby that's still to come for the rest of the year. Nothing hectic in the Bay, Vooks, but I know you have some exciting news to share for us. Things are going well at your new team in France.
Hey, I am part of a new team. We are tapped in with a new club.
New colors.
New colors.
Same mindset.
Same mindset.
No, one way.
No, we're in the south. I'm with a team called Rugby Club Tricastin. It's in the town called Saint-Paul Trois-Châteaux.
And you guys are what now? You're 3-0?
No, well, right now we're second on the log, and it's still a long season, but we're taking it one game at a time. And hopefully the next time we meet, we'll have won that final and we'll be celebrating. But we'll see. It's still early, player.
One game at a time, and the scrums, how's it going? Are you still dominating the scrums there?
We've had a couple good moments, but like I said, it's still the beginning of the season. One game at a time. We focused, and
I see your highlights there. I see your highlights there. The props look like they're wearing slippers there as they're sliding backwards.
Listen to your boy. Listen. Before we get carried away, we got a guest.
We're not alone.
We're not alone. We're never alone.
Never alone.
Come on, it's a Scrum at Me show. We're outside. So obviously, this guy, I wouldn't actually call him a guest. He's like family.
He's family. We go way back.
You know what I mean? So
since
way back. I mean, the first time I saw him, he was doing a few goose steps in the Eastern Province Kings Academy.
And the chicken wings.
A few chicken
goose
wings.
steps and chicken wings.
We saw him progress to the comedy stage. We saw him dominate the microphone on the comedy stage. From there he progressed to doing, social media interviews.
A pioneer.
It was definitely something different. But effective. Got the people going. Interesting, funny interviews. No, we always enjoy it on social media to see his face doing the rounds, making fun of the common stereotypes in South Africa. What a legend. Definitely, can't wait to have him. Definitely full of jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the GOAT Okay, I don't know if he's the GOAT yet, but he's definitely on his way for the GOAT of social media commentary at the moment in South Africa, in my opinion. Kuhle, Cookie, Sonkosi.
Cooks, man.
Kuhle. Hey. Watch the mic there, player. Watch the mic.
Let me not attack the mic here.
You can't teach the guy who knows. He knows all about the mics. He's a pro at this.
Yeah, player, this is him, bro. This is what he does on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So, hey, Cookie, how are you, bro? Like, obviously, last time I saw you, we were locking down in the scrum. I can't remember which final it was. My leg was definitely doing a bit of a twitch. I had someone's fist there. I think that scrum would have gone forward. But besides that, I mean, that's the last time I think we spoke. How are you doing, bro?
One of the few times I think I could actually still scrum. First of all, thanks for having me, gents. Smidge, BOKS. I mean,
thanks
like you say, we go back a long way when I could still play rugby.
Hey.
I think BOKS now. I spent most of my time coming behind you, so trying to add some sort of value behind you there.
Hey.
But I mean, been good. Been very good. Thanks. Work's going well. Can't complain too much, but good.
No, thanks a lot for joining us, Cooks. We really appreciate
It's
you
excuse to come home, so
The real reason we brought you here,
I'll take it, bro. I'll take that.
the real reason we brought you here was to see if we can sign you for one more season. What's it gonna take?
Eastern Province Kings are trying to make a comeback. EP on the rise.
On the rise.
the day you see me, you'll never see me on rugby field again. No ways.
Got a pair of boots in the car ready for you?
No, I'm retired. It's been 4 years, I think. It's 4 years since I played rugby. And there's no way. No. I mean, to be fair, I'll tell you a quick story. I mean, earlier this year I tore my MCL playing touch rugby at home. Come on. To be fair, I did have a few cold beverages. It was...
Okay, it's never a good idea after some beverages.
But I'm just saying, if I get injured just messing around at home, then just... walking touch, trying to go. No, I'm done.
Cooks, was that one of those moments where you're sharing old stories of you back in your days? This is what I used to do. Back in my days, this is what I used to do.
Old war stories.
It didn't end well.
What I've realized is What I've realized is now, especially in Joburg, like people know that I play for the Kings, I could play a little bit, but the thing they've never seen me actually play.
Oh, okay.
It's still the odd clips from the Kings days that.
Sure.
So you see pop up in the highlight reels. Okay. So the thing is now it's a myth of what. The thing is, I'm like, hey, if I play in Joburg and I catch on nonsense, I'm like,
this guy's full of cat.
So now it's a myth. Like, hey, how good was Cooks really? I'll never know because I'll never play again. But as the years go by, they're better and better and better again.
But there's still definitely, if you go on YouTube, I definitely saw a few highlights, a few cruises, a few chicken wings, a few. Hey,
come on,
But before we get too carried away, there's actually a very, very. This is like. So in this show, we have some games that we start with. We have some topics, and then we have another game, and then we'll close it off. So the first game of this show that we're gonna do, Cooks, is called Explain the Main. Explain the Main. Tish, try to say it with you one more time. Explain the Main. Explain the Main. What is Explain the Main? So Explain the Main basically is we're gonna pull up 1 or 2 photos. From the gram, from whatever social media sites.
Oh, this is dangerous.
And all you gotta do is just give us a brief breakdown of what the vibe was, what was happening here, player. You know what I mean? Because obviously we confused. We all social media warriors. We see 1 or 2 things pop up.
I knew I should have blocked you guys years ago.
And we know social media streets never forget.
Yeah, the streets. And the thing is, those streets, they say obviously that social. That internet footprint is definitely digital footprint is definitely something you have to. Anyway, the first picture.
Picture. We've done a bit of digging. We've done a bit of digging here, Cooks, and we reached deep into the archives and we found this picture. Would you mind giving us a bit of background on this picture?
What was going on?
That's deep in the archives. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
That's Kirsten, my ex-girlfriend.
No.
No, there's no issues.
Yeah.
We had a photo shoot. As you can see, the sun was in my eyes. So that's before, my eyes were closed. I was happy. I was happy about the sun's in my eyes. That was before I started wearing shades.
Sure.
You know, indoors and outdoors, but that's those. What was that?
I'll be honest. I've won. I think we won 3 curry cups together. Cooks. Is it? Two curry cups together.
Yeah, it's 2.
And I think we had a couple unbeaten streaks when we won those curry cups. I didn't see my brother smile like this. In all those games, my brother didn't have a smile like this.
This is that love lives here smile. That Colgate.
No, the thing is, sometimes there's bigger things than rugby. So,
no,
I mean, that smile was big.
Sounds like love. Sounds like, no, okay.
That smile was a good day.
I think that's a good explanation. I'll take it. I think after that, I know where we're done. I know enough where we're done.
The second picture we've got up here that we dug up from the archives here, Cooks.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey.
I mean, that's
moments for life.
I mean, that's a tough one because that's one having way too many white friends.
Holidays. I call it
holidays. Are you still surfing?
No. I think golf has sort of replaced my surfing days.
Golf replaced the surfing.
I mean, I was at Woodridge. I think Woodridge, for those who know, it's about 30 km outside PE. It's a big surfing, probably the surfing capital in South Africa. And the thing is, I used to go there a lot of time with my
surfing captain of South Africa.
Yeah, pretty much, you know.
Wow.
Come on now.
And how were you? Are you any good?
That was terrible. The thing is,
easy to let it go.
The thing is, like, I used to body surf. Eventually, I let the ball go. But the stage was adamant that I was going to learn how to surf. I was adamant, I was like, I'm going to learn how to surf. And then, but I stay in Joburg now, so that passion sort of
died down.
Inland.
I was terrible.
Yeah, I definitely had a similar ambition, but it kind of fell short.
Again,
you have to buy the board, you have to get the wetsuit. It's too much of a mission.
Yeah. Are you going to bring up our next picture there, Books?
I got it up already. The third one. Ooh, this is St. Francis. Throwback. The boys.
This is
taking us way back. No, that is Belize, for those who remember.
Can you believe?
Shout
out Belize. I mean, that is what I was probably about 20 or 21 then. I was probably celebrating one of our victories there, Vooks, after an untold Curry Cup.
Definitely after a final.
I mean, I've got the fingers out. I've got my best mate Carl.
I think I had the same shirt, bro.
I
had a similar shirt.
Back in the days,
the V-necks were a thing back then.
Also, V-neck. Also, remember, used to buy a T-shirt and then cut off the.
Oh yeah. We used to do that, right?
Come on now. Chest out there.
Way ahead of your time. Way ahead of your time.
You had to have a chest, like, you know what I mean.
Come on,
some of the brothers. I mean,
we didn't grow up in the gym for me not to get the chest out.
Yeah. Okay.
My favorite one, because we know that you are known for the chicken wing. Take us back to those moments.
Come on now.
Take us back.
Come on.
Give us
experience.
Come on now. Who was it against?
Who we playing against? I think Star of Hope.
Which club is this?
Star of Hope.
Star of Hope.
Shout out Star of Hope.
What was that?
Shout out to the boys.
Looks like a main line break.
Line breeze.
Looks like man was fighting.
The thing is, sometimes I've realized in rugby sometimes there's no need to look where you pass. Come on now.
You know he's there.
I know he's there.
Shout out to the
I know he's there. Tongue out.
I think in Fiji they never.
The thing is, it's that picture that makes me want to come back sometimes. You know, look at that picture and I'm like, just a little tongue out.
Memories.
You know, chicken wing. The thing is, it doesn't matter if the person caught or not. No one knows. In my mind, it's a try.
It's a try. You saw the vision.
Come on,
and that's all that counts.
The last time I looked when I passed was probably under 9. After 9, stop looking when I passed.
Oh my goodness!
It's a good skill to have.
Definitely was a. But the boy at the back, was he also a lock? He looks like he's tired.
No, he was a lock.
He looks like he's struggling.
He's struggling to
keep up to catch the offload.
Because he was doing all the rucking, tackling and all that stuff.
Okay.
Workhorse.
The dirty workhorse.
Every team needs him. Every team needs him.
Yeah, that's true.
Park was in the golden years at that time, eh?
Lost the final though that year. We lost the final that year.
Made it to a final.
Won every game. Won every home game. And lost the final. That was a tough one.
No, shout out to Park.
Shout out to Parks. Shout out to the boys. Cooks. This is the last one. Last picture for Explain the Main. Boom.
Again, that's a deep brew, eh? Yeah, it's
deep
definitely
brew.
Deep.
Oh,
that's on the roof.
Rooftop.
What's that? I'm trying to see. That's probably 20.
That wink. I think the one wink is the one eye is looking at the camera. Other one is checking his ting.
To be fair, I remember I was standing in line to get something to drink, so I'm trying to see. But obviously, I mean, all the scanning, you gotta know your surroundings. But I mean, that's
but I like
20,
the signature pose. It's a common trend in all the pics. We're having fun. We're there with the pose.
It's the surfing. It's the surfing in me coming out. It's the surfing in me coming out.
It's the surfing, man. Cooks. It's the surfing.
That's hectic. Nah, Cooks, I think explain them, man. I think definitely.
Oh, what a throwback.
It was the first time that we actually went because we didn't get to do it last time with Jam Jam.
Yeah. No, but I enjoy the game. It's good. It's good to do some background checks on the guests. But otherwise, Cooks, just to bring it back to give a bit of background to those who may not know you. So we've been chatting a lot about your rugby journey. And when now did you transition? Where does the comedy fit in? When did the transition to comedy take place?
I think to do it like this, because we know you.
Yeah.
We all grew up together. We know Cooks. We know the details. For the fans in Saudi Arabia, bro, we have a huge following in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. I'm telling you, we have a massive following. So shout out to the Kuwaitis. Salam alaikum, bro. So to the people that don't know you, give them a bit of a background of who you are, where you, like just your story. You know, like how did you go from athlete to just give just your pivot. It's obviously quite a deep one. Give us a few bars out there.
It's a crazy story. I mean, I still find it wild. I mean, I was just finished school, played ruggers for the Kings at the academy. So I'll say about 5 years as a professional rugby player. 3 years in the 19s and 2 years in the academy and 21s. Obviously, when we played together. Wow. And then spent a year with the main side, with the first, and then sort of. How
many games did you play with the main side?
Only three.
So you played 3 senior games with the Kings main side.
3 senior games, and then
in the Vodacom Cup.
Yeah, 1 Vodacom Cup game and 2 warm-up games, and then
two Super Rugby warm-up games.
Yeah, this is the Super Rugby warm-up. I think Stormers was my debut. We played the Griquas.
Stormers. So hold on. I think you can't just skip past that because maybe to you, like I say, to you it was easy, but to the people,
the Stormers,
you played 2 Super Rugby warm-up games against the Stormers and against the Lions.
No, the Griquas was just before Vodacom Cup. So Stormers one was the year after we got relegated from Super Rugby.
Okay, so
that's the Super Rugby warm-ups and they're playing in Southern Kings. And the funny thing was,
who was in that Stormers team? Okay, sorry,
Siya was there. I mean, Jean de Villiers was there. He played. Skalk played that day.
Some big names.
Skalk Burger.
Eben was there.
Eben Etzebeth.
Oh, Nizam Kaur played.
The original.
Young Devin Delindi was there. But I mean, obviously, like by the time, I mean, obviously, I was saved the fact that it was a warm-up game. So it was like 26. I was like went from 21 to 16 to 26 with 10 guys on the bench. Yeah. So I snuck in there.
You got in by a back window, but you got in.
I grabbed that opportunity.
And I got in because someone got injured, and then our coach Robbie Kempson.
Shout out to Robbie Kempson.
So Robbie, and then he called me. I was coming from varsity. The first thing he says to me was a Friday. He goes, "Are you drunk?" I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Oh, yeah.
I should have probably not yet.
Was that really what it was?
Yeah, I was like, "Are you drunk?" I'm like, "No." He's like,
"There's context."
He's like, I was like, "No." It's like 1:30 on a Friday, and I'm coming.
First line of question: are you turned up, player?
On a Friday.
Oh, you're drunk.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
It was like 1:30 on a Friday, and I was like, "No, I'm coming." I was actually in the taxi. Like, I'm going home from varsity because obviously, and at that stage I had like a heel injury, so I didn't train. I trained the Thursday, didn't train in the morning. Then I was like, okay, cool. I was off. Then I got the call. Robbie says we'll look after your heel, get it strapped up. So then I go home, phone my dad, going, listen. So I'm on the bench for the Kings against the Stormers this evening. Then obviously, calling proud dad came. So then obviously got strapped up, and then it went from normal, because I was going to the game to go watch regardless.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm going to go watch to, hey, like tell my friends, guys, so the thing is, you guys still go, but I'm on the field.
You're watching me.
I remember, and I was so nervous. That's the only, I think after I finished school, the only game of rugby I played with my socks up, because I always played my socks down. Come on now, renegade.
Hold on, Cooks. We can't just just speak. So you used to play with your socks down.
Socks down.
Give us the significance and like the socks up, socks down.
I like things, books.
Okay.
Like, there's more reason. Like, you know, in school, like socks up in school.
You're showing off the calves.
Come on now.
Making sure.
Eventually you finish. I was like, all right, guys, I'm going socks down, and then I never changed. But that day I was so nervous. I had socks up.
Oh, you have to make sure.
Full on like high school vibes. Shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
And then. Yeah, so I made my debut, played about 6-7 minutes, which flew by. And then, playing against the Griquas, I remember we started, the game was at 7. I was calling line-outs, it was great. And then I played a bit of Vodacom Cup. And then...
That's actually
I think the transition came... Like, I'm very honest when it comes to my rugby career. I just think, like the discipline wasn't there. You know, I think obviously I wasn't as disciplined. And it shaped me to do what I do now. Like, I don't think I can handle what's come now without going through a period of playing rugby. And then I think, obviously,
100%.
there are opportunities. Like I could have gone on loan in certain places, but then once sort of my contract ended, I was like, I'm not going to just go around chasing contracts. Like, disrespect to, like, some of the unions. Like, I was like, I'd rather, instead of going around, chasing contracts, I'm just going to rather go teach. And I started coaching then. That's when I moved to coaching. And teaching, and that was a big passion of mine. I just started when I was 21.
Where did you start teaching?
I started coaching a bit in my old high school at wrestling for about 2 years, and then I started that I was in the academy, and then sort of moved to Woodridge, 2016.
Woodridge
High
School.
Yeah, Woodridge College. That's when I officially stopped. Also playing rugby like professional, then started playing club.
Yeah.
And then but they gave me a chance to coach first team, and then sort of a different dream came. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I couldn't be a Springbok playing, but maybe if I do all this coaching, that can be maybe coach Springboks one day. You have all those ambitions, and coaching sort of became the big focus for me. Then it was funny, like my first year, I think I almost got fired because again, I was just
too passionate.
No, just grooving. Because again, I'm not focused. I was I stopped playing rugby, so like there was no like sort of strict standard I had. Now I was like, now I can. I was like 24, like, now I can relax. So I was screaming, I was enjoying life. But again, so I was at Woodridge, they learned consequences. I'm like, listen, if you want to coach first team, this is what it takes. Yeah. The same way, like, you ask the players, just make sacrifices to coach. There's a certain boundaries I had to keep. And then I learned that, and then coaching became everything for me. Coaching sort of came, and then, you get to COVID, and then there's no...
Passion gets ripped away from you.
Everything is shut down. Everything is closed.
Yeah, so now there's no season.
The world, man.
Yeah, 100%. There's no season. And the thing is, like, I've always enjoyed making people laugh. You guys know me. I've always been lighthearted. Always making jokes. I've never taken, like, most of the time I love making fun of myself. I don't take myself too seriously. So then I started making videos like 2018, just for fun before COVID. Like 2018 is post-match interviews, because I still love roasting sort of captains and stuff for the way they speak during interviews. And my first one came playing FIFA with the lads in the hostel kids, and then I beat all of them. Just gave them, come on now. Sure. I can't lose to grade 5 and then 6 in FIFA. I've been playing FIFA since they were alive. Since they were born. So I made like a post-match interview. It was 2018. Then like 2019, I did like probably like 20 of them without them actually blowing up or intending on them to blow up. Yeah. So then the kid I did the interviews with, he sort of moved to high school in 2020, which was very selfish of him. I don't know why. And then I put that in the back burner. Then I got TikTok. A friend of mine convinced me to get TikTok. And I thought it was, I don't feel like doing those dances. And then, so when I got TikTok, I had not made a video for about, say, 4 months at that stage, because I became head of rugby at the Woodridge, then became first team sort of head coach. So that was like the focus. And I was close to coaching, like, provincially as well. So that was like, I was like, I need to focus on rugby and start making jokes. Like, so then COVID comes and I start making videos. I've got all this time now. And the fun thing enough, that came in 2020, made a video, and then we sort of went back to the old school format of post-match interview. Because I was making like random videos on TikTok, just like creating, and I was trying to enjoy it. But then in 2020, I was like, I want to make another post-match interview video. Boom. 40,000 views on Instagram and Twitter.
TikTok, the game changer there for you.
No, but in terms of inspiration, make videos again. Yeah. And then
Because on TikTok you can just go through.
100%. And it's like all these
as much as you want.
And also people see the video so quickly, so the
100%.
responses are like, if people like it, they get a good response. If they don't like
straight away.
There's a trending sound. You jump on that. You like. So then I was like, you know what? Actually, I want to go back and make my own content again.
Shout out to TikTok. Sorry to interrupt you, Cooks. We have a very, very strong TikTok presence. So if you're not tapped into the Scrum at Me page, Scrum at Me Rugby on TikTok. Follow us. Follow Cookie's page too on TikTok,
please.
By the way. Sorry, Cook. Just had to just give a little.
You gotta give love to TikTok. But no, I mean I love it.
Continue there, yeah.
TikTok, the flowers.
So TikTok.
What I made my first sort of post interview that got 40,000 views. It was like early like December, the 6th or something. Because then I went away to play it with the boys, and I was like, I was telling my mate like,
play it with the boys.
Like I was like, how wild is that?
He's a regular.
So I was like,
I've definitely seen what play it looks like. You know, it's nice.
It's
a nice place. It's a nice place. I like
tough place to be a cold one. And then, so yeah, I came back from a holiday after Christmas to the whole play thing to make a video. Got back after Christmas, then did a post-match Christmas lunch video, which was a play on a pre-match Christmas lunch video in 2018. So the post-match, that one went absolutely that went like 100,000 views, Instagram, Twitter. That then like celebrities started resharing. Siya reshared it on his story, and people like
something sort
of shared it. And then I did one on like a cricket toss whether to go out, and then that also went berserk.
I have a question. Obviously, we have a very, very big male audience, you know, and like it's the boys, you know what I mean. And I know that there's definitely a question that the guys are going to be curious about. So when you went from like 1,000 followers to like 14,000 followers, like how, like in terms of girls, how many more DMs did you get? Did you get like 5? Was there like 10 more DMs? Like,
the DMs.
Were girls sliding in them DMs quickly? What happened when the followers went up?
The DMs also went up.
Hey, shout out to the DM.
The last thing was
market value go up.
Market value.
For the first time in the longest time, I didn't need an icebreaker because then you like the DM comes in like, oh,
the job's done. Everyone's
done. So that was the wild thing. Because I mean, I went from like 1,300 followers, I'd say like let's say 20th of December to about the 4th of Jan. I had like 11,000 followers.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was non-stop. My phone was like pinging non-stop, and eventually, I remember that New Year's, I had a spider bite because I got bitten by a spider on my bum, so I was like compromised.
No Diddy.
And then I was
as a baby oil.
So I was compromised with spider bite in New Year's, but now obviously these videos like are happening, but I'm like, people are like my friends I'm with, they're like, oh, it's so amazing. I'm just like, guys, I don't think I should be drinking because I got spider bite. I'm not okay. So then. Yeah, and then it went from that to the next year, sort of getting bigger. Then obviously got gigs now from companies wanting me to do videos for them, which was incredible for me. I'm like, you're gonna pay me to do this?
Yeah.
So then that happened, and then eventually SuperSport sort of got hold of me, and then 3 years later now I work with SuperSport full-time content creator.
Okay.
And
for like their social media page or like. What's your
I do stuff for the social media page. I mean, obviously go to games and do interviews with fans and so do a little bit of presenting, and then obviously I got my own content I do for brands as so
SuperSport.
Obviously, if you have any show ideas, they'll listen and you can propose some good show ideas.
Whenever I can, and then travel as much into games, do SuperSport schools as well. So.
You said you do BOKS games there, so do you have an inside scoop on the BOKS behind the scenes after the matches there? Do you join the change rooms, or how does that?
No, I've never been. The BOKS games, I've never been inside the change room, but just obviously like my favorite work perk is for certain BOKS games is being able to be sidelined.
Sure,
that's the best.
That's
like we do interviews, and some do our interviews, and then just like you get in while the guys are warming up, and then you get in, and then I've been lucky enough to be like touchline when I think last year we played the All Blacks, or the year before 2022, being touchline like the haka was like seeing it from the sideline on the field, and then you like the anthem is like so. That's been the sort of the cool thing. Yeah. I mean, that's probably my favorite work perk.
I must say, the haka definitely hit different now. You know, the Springboks are outside. I mean, we watched the rugby championship.
Come on now.
We watched the Springboks go on run of their lives at the moment. Right now they're unstoppable. I don't know what's going on.
Incredible purple patch.
I watched if you tap into the Scrum at Me Instagram and the Scrum at Me TikTok page, there's a video of Adi Sevilla post-match interview. Oh no!
Was he getting emotional again?
It was.
I hope not.
I
saw that one. No.
He was pretty emotional.
I hope he wasn't, because we know that he's got a reputation.
I mean, the reporter was like, "So Adi, like, how was the game? The Springboks obviously, they have a strong scrum. How was the game?" The guy started talking about, "I want to focus on the positives. I have a family.
Obviously, we feel the hurt tonight. Honestly, it hurts, but I'm a bit of a optimistic fella. My baby son turned 2 today, so even though I'm hurt, I'm still grateful for the little things in life. So I'll go home, see my family. I'm sure the most of the boys will do that. But when we come in, we're ready to work and really take the lessons instead of not talking about it. Hopefully, we action those things throughout the week. So go home, refresh, restart, see our families, and then come back together and first in a row.
We don't want to hear about your family, player.
We want to know what's going on in the field.
How was the game, player? How was the game? How were the tackles, nigga? Okay, nah.
You got to stick with the family. That's how the things are roast on, because guys always do that.
Yeah, the post-match interviews.
No, but the Springboks are definitely doing extremely well. I was saying the other day, I think it's part of their DNA at this point. If you travel to each country, you hear the conversations. People want to know, what is the secret? What is Rusty's secret? What is Siya's? What is the secret sauce that the Springboks are doing as well as they are? And I think the secret sauce is simple: work your ass off. Those guys work hard. Every single player in that squad works hard. And they all work as a group together.
And for each other as well.
So a combination of factors that are hard to get, but they had them right now, and it's working for them.
Think of it. Look, there's certain games they've won from nowhere. Like you look at the World Cup last year, the England game. Both games against the All Blacks, we were down, and you're thinking, especially like Ellis Park, you're thinking, oh, geez, where are the Boks gonna find? And they find something.
They always find
something. And so that's the thing, is like, it shows how healthy that change room is. And I mean, do you know what it is? Like, it's the belief now the Springboks have. It's in its wild. You can see it with fans. Like when you're at stadiums, and no matter how many points Springboks are down now, people always believe.
Exactly.
You always and you go to the point that when you lose, you get shocked. You go, oh. Like against Argentina, I was like, oh, what do you mean we just lost?
I think it's also a part of their DNA now, KOOKS, where they always find a way. Usually, traditionally, when it gets to that 60 minutes mark and we're behind, some people start switching off the TVs and walking away. Nowadays, we know 60 minutes is fine, the bomb squad is coming. We still have hope. We still believe that we'll find a way.
Think about a couple of years ago, that's what the All Blacks were. That's what just fear us. Exactly. When we would have a lead, and then the All Blacks in 16 they'll blow you away. But now it's the Springboks now, because once that bomb squad comes on, and I think mentally it does affect you, because you're like, these guys are going to come for 80 minutes, and it's just relentless.
It's just tough, bro.
It's relentless.
It's very, very tough. I mean, obviously, in the last episode 1, we spoke about the Wales game, obviously. Is it Matt Williams? Matt Williams.
Are they still complaining? I think they're still complaining about the bomb squad. Yeah.
The outgoing president saying he wants to reduce the number of substitutions. I think is.
Hey, if you can't beat,
there's enough issues in rugby. Then
all you ought to do is just work hard, just train. Don't change anything. Don't change anything.
Because my issue is this: like, the Springboks are the ones taking the gamble here.
Exactly.
If you go 7-1-6-2, we're the ones taking the gamble. Because if you lose a background player, it's tough. Yeah. And it happened against Ireland in the second test, where I think Willie got injured, got concussed early, and Sasha came on. And then I think we had another injury. Now I think Grant went to play in the wing. So now you're thinking, listen, that's the risk factor. So we're taking the risk. But the problem is they focus on
the winning result.
Yeah, like, they've got all these forwards, and like the backs feel discriminated. I'm like, you do it then.
The backs feel discriminated. That was the word choice. That was the word choice.
That's discriminated.
Oh my goodness! But then who are the standout performers? Like, if we're looking at the championship, we're looking at the Springboks. Who are the standout performers? I mean, we saw Apelele Fassi, you know, he's tearing it up.
I saw Apelele Fassi
right
definitely boosted his stocks.
Yeah.
He's now in a lot of people are rating that he's the first choice. I feel sorry for guys like Kuhle, because Kuhle is still in line to make 100 caps for the Springboks. But the way Fassi is playing, it will be hard to get him out of there. Willems is back, as you say, KOOKS. It will be interesting to see a lot of headaches that Rassie will have to face with the full
Good headaches, though.
It's good headaches to have. And what did you think, KOOKS, or Ibn Etzebeth's performance?
Yeah, he was great as always. Ibn's always, I mean,
He's consistent, though.
Absolute. I mean, he's one of the, if not the greatest Springbok of all time.
We ran an interesting poll on the Scrum At Me page.
Exactly. On the Instagram Scrum At Me
Tell
page.
us about it.
Tap in, by the way. Just letting people know. Scrum At Me on Instagram. We actually ran a very, very funny, interesting poll. Argia Sneeman, because obviously he's been a standout performer as well.
King of offloads also, in his own right.
He actually made his debut for Leinster the other day.
Yeah.
Actually, he had a very, very phenomenal game. I'm a huge fan. So we said, who's better, Argia Sneeman or Ibn Etzebeth?
Ibn Etzebeth.
So you think Etzebeth is better?
Yeah.
So we were in the poll on the Scrum At Me page.
It's a close one.
That's 128 BOKS caps here.
Well, the fans, the streets. I don't know about you heard about the cats, but the streets say Argia Sneeman by 60%, Ibn Etzebeth by 40%. The streets are liking Argia Sneeman at the moment.
I was quite shocked by that poll. I was quite shocked by that.
Rolls thing.
No, man. I think it's the offloads. We all love the flashy stuff. And if you see some of the offloads that he's getting away at Leicester, I mean, he's almost like a second flyer for a second centre on the field. Those one-hand passes. I don't know if any of you guys saw his line-out take the other day.
Oh, yes.
Just a quick one-hander, throw down. Yes, so I think it's good to watch. It's good to watch, and I guess our people on the Scrum At Me page,
they feel the same thing.
They feel the same.
What been the tanks?
Obviously, you're a lock. You know what I mean? So you played lock. You have a better perspective than we props. You know what I mean?
No, man, I love them both.
Tight head, you know.
You love them both. I mean, you can play them both. I mean, it's just hard to go.
Who are you choosing for
against
your team?
I always have to go to Ibn Etzebeth.
He's just reliable, and you know he's going to get the job done.
I mean,
you know what he can offer.
Back to back as a rugby player of the year. I mean, you can't go with the Ibn.
Okay, but obviously, Etzebeth is definitely one to go for. But when we talk about rugby, we also have to look at the teams that aren't doing so well. Obviously, the Boks are doing well. Ibn's doing well. Australia, not so well. This is the worst I've seen Australian rugby in my entire life, actually. I've never seen them do this badly. But I have an interesting theory. In Australia, Tishara, we know that they also have this rugby league.
The rugby league is big in Australia,
and the rugby league players get paid very good salaries.
And the stadiums are full every week for an average rugby league game.
So now their pool of rugby players is potentially being diluted. It's being half there, it's being half there. In South Africa and other parts of the world, we only have rugby union. And from there, each country has a huge pool of talent to choose from. They choose the best guys equipped for the job. And I don't know, it just seems like it's working out better for everyone else. What do you think?
It's interesting. It's interesting to see what's happening with Australia, because there's big concerns around the world now. I don't know if you heard, KOOKS, even the Lions tour is in jeopardy. They were worried.
They tried to take it away from them.
Exactly. They were worried about if they'll be competitive enough. Should they come to South Africa instead? What do you think of the lack of depth in that Australian squads now? I saw they released their squads yesterday, and I think it's a big problem that we're having with regards to that whole rugby championship, the strength of the tournament now, with Australia struggling, New Zealand struggling. What do you think they can do to improve there?
Yeah, I think Australia is an interesting one, because obviously, I know that rugby is at an all-time low at the moment. I mean, obviously, what happened last year with Eddie Jones, that didn't help. The thing is that
everyone points the finger at Eddie.
He was down bad.
No, he was down. But the thing is, when they had Dave Rennie, they were building something. He had a young side from he took over.
Are they always building, KOOKS? Every year.
They were building, and then they got to the World Cup and they fired Dave Rennie, and everything that he did went on the when they were building, they beat the Springboks three times out of 4 under Dave Rennie. So Dave Rennie was beating the world champs at the stage.
Okay.
So he was doing something.
So
and then they fired him.
He was cooking.
So now basically what they've done is so they're building something now under Joe Schmidt. They've gone back to square one now. So they were like moving forward. Now they're going back 10 places now. So the thing is, like, they have the talent, but for me, with Australia, it's probably the worst where they've been up, but they're going to improve. And the thing is, like, it's going to be a 4-year project. They've got to make sure Joe Schmidt, who's an incredible coach, stays for the next 4 years, because there is talent there. But it's just like, now the problem is you're coming against the Springboks, who are flying. All Blacks have got the issues, but they're at least ahead of where the Wallabies are.
Argentina's being better.
Argentina's great.
Like,
in the Northern Hemisphere,
62 points.
Even Argentina is handing out shots to them.
Australia lost by 62 points to Argentina. It's crazy. That's never happened.
No, 100%. Now they're going to Europe now, where again all those sides have improved. Where Australia is a 8th, 9th ranked side at the moment now, because
but they should never be. It makes no sense, Kooks.
I can't see that.
Do you not think maybe they should start selecting their best players?
They're back now. They're back now.
Samu Kerevi is playing.
Back. Skelton's got back now.
Skelton has to play. James O'Connor's leaving them.
They also stopped selecting the overseas-based players.
Yes, and I think it's really limiting them.
How are they going to compete? They have half their players lost to rugby league. They have half their players overseas. Like how are they going to compete, bro?
No,
like,
they're back now.
Like,
that's why I think they hate desperate times. Made their squad, and they were not coming. Karevi back, Skelton's back. All the big Richie Arnold's back.
Skelton's a beast.
Rory Arnold.
He's massive.
He is on 4, but he's obviously playing for La Rochelle at the moment.
Yeah.
And they love him
every week.
He is, but besides him playing every week, he plays like a machine every week.
Oh yeah.
He is such a workhorse. Dirty work, big tackles, rucks, ball carries. I don't know how much he weighs now. I remember at one point
he leaned out nicely.
Yeah, but he's a big guy, you know.
He's a massive
so
guy.
His ball carries, you know.
He's an absolute beast. That guy. I mean, I don't know why they just never picked him. Like, so I'm glad
he needs to be playing 100 games for the Wallabies, and they need a proper fly off. I always think they need direction. They've moved away from their identity.
10 is a big one for them.
They don't have a through and through a fly off, a quality fly off. I mean, they let James O'Connor go to Crusaders now, and they're just not doing themselves any favors by not picking the
James
best.
O'Connor is ready to make a comeback.
No, I don't think he'll come back now.
You reckon?
They've got the thing is now they're in a situation like they've got to actually stick with. I mean, there's Tom Liner, one of the youngsters. I think will do right.
Yeah.
You got to throw someone in there. I mean, I know they got Lolesio back. I mean,
But what happened with Lolesio? He didn't really.
Unfortunately, he didn't live up to
the hype.
He has been great this year for the Wallabies. He got back, and then Ben Donaldson also has been great. So it's a tough one because they need a 10. That's a
good fly.
Even getting career back, they need a 10. It's like desperately.
Springbok squad. The Springboks have just selected a new squad. Obviously for the November test. Yeah. What are the comments, guys? What do you guys think? I mean, obviously, I think Oxenshare is about to be the most valuable lucid prop in the world. You know, obviously, he already is doing pretty well. He's in the squad. They're gonna play some more games. At some point, one of the French giants are gonna put their money where their mouth is.
I think the Sharks need to extend their contract ASAP, because I mean you can't let someone like that. I mean in France, he would like, you know, he would fit in like a glove there.
Oh, they'd love
but
him.
I think the Sharks will definitely make sure.
The Sharks will keep him. They'll do whatever they can to keep him. But isn't it exciting, Kooks, when you know a scrum is coming? And you just watch. I always sit closer to the TV because I know that arm is coming. Penalty. Springboks.
And the way Ox is coming now.
Even at the Sharks.
Sure, it is. I feel bad for Tates at the moment. Like Ox is.
He's proper.
Oh, but I remember when, I think it was obviously the final, when Carl Sinclair, because Carl Sinclair is a beast, you know.
Yeah.
He's one of the best tactics out there right now. And when Ox did what he did to him, and like,
and Semi,
you could see his ego. He mentally he was like, what else? What do I do? What do I do? There's like nothing else to do.
And then Kuhle came on after him.
Dusted.
Dan Cole came on afterwards, and it just go downhill from there. Koopy's Lupas, Dan Cole sliding backwards. Brought out the slippers, and it was just roller skates from there. But looking at the squad, Vooks, I think there was no real surprises. We were quite disappointed. I saw a lot of the fans were asking for these younger guys to get rewarded. What do you think, Kooks, of Cameron Honeycomb, players like that who've been breaking down the door for the Springbok selection, and it's just not coming right. Kumede putting in strong performances.
I think
TC Toilet.
Yeah, I think.
Pepsi Buthelezi also one of them.
But I think with the Springboks, I think it's once you're in, you gotta play very well to sort of get someone who's in the squad for them to come out. It is very hard because the thing again, like I always say, people go like they want these names to come in, who must come out. So if you want Cameron Honeycomb to play, who's gonna go out? So maybe people say, like for example, look at Cameron Honeycomb, he got injured, and then Ariel came in, sort of the second 8, and he's been fantastic.
He's been awesome on the field.
So what do you say? Ariel like, are you no longer the second choice 8 after Jasper? So then like you look at guys like T, for example. I love T, and like. Yeah. And it's again like who's gonna go out? I mean, there's Ox, there's Steenekamp, there's Vulcan. How do you tell Gerard Steenekamp you're not playing when he's been fantastic all season?
I must interject. Obviously, Kitsoff, very very sad situation.
Yeah, hopefully gets a knee gets sorted out.
Yeah, but if it doesn't get sorted out, could that be an opening for my brother Stizzle?
Yeah, it could definitely be an opening.
Who else?
Good opening for Stizzle.
Who's next up?
Mchunu there at the Sharks has also been waiting for his opportunity.
But also guys, we are stacked a prop. But again, like, also don't forget, I think people forget.
Crazy Monos at the Sharks there.
Yeah, Crazy Mono. If you look at the youngsters, they have gotten opportunities. Wales, Portugal, Australia, where where Rusty's sort of changed some. So guys have been given opportunities. And I think for me with the Springboks now, I think the big thing is, I can't remember when the last Springboks have gone to Europe and won all their games on tour. So now it's like go there, get that job done, add on to the year. Imagine the Boks go and they lose 2 games this year. That's the World Team of the Year. So like, and that's what I wanted to see from the Springboks post World Cup, that domination afterwards. And then now next year we play Italy and Georgia. It looks like it in the July. So you can give guys a chance there. But again, like yes, there's guys, there's all the guys who miss out. But I mean, like again, for who? Who must now stay at home? Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's always like you can't just. It's easy to name names, but I'm like, but then who must stay at home?
Who must get dropped?
Yeah, I think we're in a good place at the moment with the depth, where there's so many young players that we all think deserve to play, but they actually should wait their turn. Yeah, because these chaps they must wait until after 2027, and then we'll start looking at the Jordan Hendrickses to come in.
Or like you can do like what Fuzzy did, force your way in there.
Yeah. Break the door down.
And if you get in, you make sure you do your own. I mean, like Faz has been fantastic. So he broke the door down, and when he got in, he's like, "All right, guys, I'm staying.
I'm gonna get mine." Yeah. No, I think obviously we just to kind of bring it back to it. Obviously, we kind of went into the rugby section, but I want to go back to your career, Cooks. Obviously. You know, you. I want to just obviously talk about how proud that we are of you. You know, obviously I told you, your family to us when we go on social media and when we go on TV. You know, and we see the boy, we see Cooks. You know, we see him representing. Obviously, it takes us back. You know, obviously we're in the academy together.
Thanks, guys.
I remember from rugby, you definitely did a bit of stand-up. You had a bit of a stand-up phase?
Yeah, I tried that for a bit, very low-key.
But how was that? Like I think
it was very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Trying to make people laugh.
I could never do that.
No.
Because obviously you're on stage and you're literally, you know, you giving yourself to the people.
It's sort of
hope for their reactions.
It's so tough, bro.
Especially like when I was doing it, was like small places here, like for like 20, 30 people, but like it was good fun doing it. And I also thought maybe one day I'll get back into it. I didn't think, obviously, I'll get back into comedy in the way I do now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
would you ever get back on the stage, like if like the opportunity came up? Let's say there was
I think I'd love to have the opportunity to get on stage. I think, but it's one of those things. Like I think it's such a incredible craft, and you know, I watch comedians when they do. It's incredible what they do, and it's like, and I go like, I don't know if maybe now if I have the wherewithal to write because my thing's most off top of my head, and I can sort of cut and freestyle. Like it's been like over 10 years since I was. Whereas like now I sort of freestyle on top of my head and sort of put things together. I don't know if I'd love to do it, but I mean I don't know if I respect comedians so much and the craft that they do, and I'm like I don't know. not do it justice. That makes sense.
Sure.
Just someone else going from their phone and thinking they can. Because for me, like, it's two different things. I'm like when people ask, like, oh, like you could be like a stand-up comedian. I'm like, no, it's not. It's two different.
Is it the challenge of prepping the material, the content beforehand, or
no? I think that'll be the thing.
I think nerves of standing in front of the group of people.
Yeah, I think that's also the big one.
And hoping that they laugh at your jokes that you think are funny.
I think that's the big one because like you got to hope that people
very
enjoy the jokes that you do. I mean, even like now, what I do now, it's always funny. Like when I shoot content, I'm in my room, I'm on my own. I think the jokes are funny, but I don't know again until I post it. So it's almost you just gotta wait and see the response. Because sometimes you like I go, man, because every time I post something, I'm like, I think this is really funny.
Yeah.
Sure. And then sometimes like there's some where I'm like, it's funny.
That's one thing about the social media. It's very honest.
It's very honest.
You know, that's not funny, nigga.
But people are weird though. Like this is weird because there's some videos I post. I'm like, that's funny. But I'm like, yeah, I like it. Then you're like, boom. But there's ones I'm like, man, this is the funniest thing I've done. And you're like, oh, I thought I'd get more reactions than this.
No, like, oh, it's weird.
It's a weird thing.
But like the algorithms of when you put out the content.
Yeah, I try to stick to the algorithms and things like that, like post at a certain time. But like again, I think that's like probably the next step is gauging more the algorithm of knowing proper like when to post all this. Because I still like post. Like I find it funny when I post it now. And I still treat it. I still try to treat Instagram and Twitter, like especially my content, as natural as it was when I first started.
Yeah, Twitter.
Because I think because again for me I guess it's my job, but I still like making people laugh. That's what I'm trying to entertain the masses, entertain people, and also I love making videos. It's not a chore. I genuinely love making videos. I genuinely love creating content and finding ways to make this thing funny. Like I enjoy doing that. I love making videos. But I want to try to keep it as natural as possible and not sort of try and fit in with our Instagram sort of going.
Exactly.
Still sort of keep my identity on it as well.
That's fire, man. So in terms of like upcoming like projects or things that you wanna like do in the future, do you have like anything like in mind or anything like lined up that you want to like maybe in the next year you want to do this or this? These are the ambitions that you have for the next 5 years. Like what's your future looking like?
I think that number one's always obviously honing my craft, and obviously I'll say that like in videos and just keep trying to be as funny as I possibly can, adding stuff, doing different type of videos now. But there's ones where, for example, like I'm not talking, but I'm just like BOKS fans preparing for a game at 6 a.m. Things like that, and keep finding ways to
keeping the
different ways. Fresh. To be fresh, and then obviously happy enough to start doing a bit of presenting at Super Sports, so would love to carry on doing that and working on that, and and just being in my MC work. I mean, that's always great. But then and obviously I'd love to
get an acting.
One day.
Maybe
see
action. 007.
No,
Cooks.
No, not action. Not action.
See you there in the
also again, like it's certain things I think about. Like everyone says when they have their own podcast, maybe something like that. I think I'd love to obviously still get my voice out there and still chat about more, and then maybe you never know. Potentially get on stage again, like get on stage, do some stand up. Actually, like take the plunge. I flirt with that. Yeah, take the plunge and then see how it goes. I think all this, and then again, like
you never know where it may take you. You step on the stage once, few good shows, and you never know. Next thing you know, KOOKS has got a DVD out there, or he's got a whole show, one-man show, road show.
Yeah. Why not only,
you never know. It's one of those things like I always look at, but I'm like, again.
But one thing about stand-up that I've noticed, I think like we have this idea that like you have to write one set and like this is the thing that you're gonna say now is what you say the whole time. But what it is that you have like a set, and over a period of time you change this, you change that.
100%.
So you have like a script, or you have like
a
couple of jokes that you're gonna say, and then you edit the joke. You edit, you say it a certain way. You see how the crowd reacts. And then let me tailor it. Let me just change this. Let me change that. Let me change that. Eventually, you develop the perfect. Then you record that perfect set. At least when I hear comedians talk about that, that's at least what it sounds like. The process.
It's an incredible process to go through. I mean,
quite long.
It's funny. Like now, even like when I make my videos, I always laugh because I can't say the same thing twice. Like sometimes I'll get through a video because I don't like cut in between. I just shoot the whole thing. So like if I make a mistake at the end, like cause I try to kill like a minute 30. So if I make a mistake at minute 20, I go start again.
Exactly.
And then I get frustrated. And the thing is, I'd have had all the jokes. All I need to do is just close the sentence.
Yeah,
sure. But I can't like say, for example, like I make a mistake because I can't just close
something.
But then I'm like, okay, just say the exact same thing. But then like, okay, then something else pops in my head. So I'm like, okay, cool. I think this is funny. Okay, cool. Okay, this is funny as well. Maybe if I take this joke from this question and move to this question, it'll be a lot funnier. So also, again, it's also like an ongoing. It's funny, like when I'm at home, when I'm thinking, I normally like walk around my table. So I'll get an idea and I start walking around the table and I start like rehashing. I'm like, okay, what question I'm gonna ask? What this?
Well, hold on, play. What do you mean? Like you walk around the table?
Yeah, I literally walk around the table. Like I literally
brainstorming session.
Brainstorming session.
Like you can't just like slip down past the boys. Like
no,
what do you mean? You walk around the table. You get up and you walk around the table.
Like it's so weird because things I'm so used to. Like if I'm home alone, like what I'll do is like
you just get up and walk around.
I'll watch TV and I'll just be like, I'll be like,
this guy.
Shout out. I know you're the greatest rugby man in Eastern Cape, but we can't let my brother Cooks let us
walk around the table. So is that happening on a bad day when now you don't have any?
No, on a good day.
So it's coming.
No, on the tables when I feel like I got a really good idea. So then I'm like, then I get excited. So then what happens is like, I'll find myself getting up. Then I'm like walking, I'm walking on the table, walking on the lounge.
Quick brainstorm.
And I'm like thinking to myself, like, what am I doing? Then I'm like, okay, then I like go in the room, sometimes I sit in the bed, I'm like, okay, cool. Then I get up, and I'm like, okay, I'm back walking up. I'm like, why am I walking up and down the house?
Yeah.
Like, because then ideas are flowing. I'm like, then I'm literally just walking around the house.
Okay.
While the ideas are flowing.
So also, if you maybe like exercise or something, it could be still.
No, never in the gym. I mean,
no.
I mean, like,
okay. Cooks brainstorm at home.
No
on
way.
the table. No gym.
No else. Don't change. Don't change
winning formula.
No.
Trust the process. Don't rush the process.
But obviously, guys, so now back to rugby. We're seeing, obviously, in South African rugby, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of new investments, a lot of teams joining new leagues. Like, I'm based in France, Cooks. You know I play in France. I'm seeing clubs go bankrupt. In the UK, I'm seeing clubs go bankrupt.
Australia.
Is the rugby business a declining business? People say it's COVID. I've heard so many excuses. I've heard so many good reasons, but I don't know, like, how can they all be true? Like, what is the truth? What is happening to rugby union, Cooks?
Yeah, it's a tough place because I mean, obviously, there's a few clubs that obviously shut doors the last number of years, and
even in the last year. In France, there's been about 5.
Yeah, which is hectic. I know England has been quite a few in England.
It's
going down to 10 sides now in the Premiership, and you know,
10 sides in the Premiership.
Yeah, and I think that the LA franchise, the New York franchise in America also. I think
there's 2 American. Did the LA franchise go down?
I think there's 2.
Because they were playing at SoFi Stadium, bro.
Yeah, so there's 2 of them that went
SoFi
down.
Stadium was a very classy establishment.
Yeah, very. So the Rams play.
Amazing to train there or something.
So I think that's been the hard. That's been the hard thing with rugby underlying. I think obviously the World Cup has been great, but I think at the bottom is sort of trying to make sure the money still comes in and keep the game fresh, keep the game alive.
Investors.
I'd love. I think the rugby is going to become a global game. I think it's getting there. Sorry, but surely, but I think World Rugby, we've still got to find ways to sort of grow the game and boost it. Do
you think maybe it's losing value in a way where the big investors are reluctant now to invest in a team?
I don't think it's losing value. I just think I mean rugby is still a very like
old school.
Very old school. Yeah, very old school. I think that's some of the things that we sort of got to let go of and allow sort of like. Maybe new ways to sort of like market the game. The thing is, like, you look at international rugby, for example, it's in a healthy place. Like, you look at the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere, the gap's never been closer.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, like, you saw in the World Cup, like, a Fiji gets in the quarterfinal again, and, you know, Portugal won 3, I mean, I think won 2 or 3. They had 2 games in the World Cup. They had a good stint. You know, like, you got to find ways for those teams to get more game time. I think that grows the game as well. So I think but you've got to allow the game to grow. I think the value is there. I just think there's still old school ways of thinking that we sort of let go and allow, especially like domestic rugby, like where clubs will allow maybe a bit more funding to come in, maybe more marketing, so we can actually boost the game and try and make it. I mean, it's not going to be like soccer or anything like that, but there's still lots of investment. The women's game is growing. There's still lots of ways to sort of grow the sport. I think it's getting there, but it's still a long way to go. I mean, like people forget, rugby's only been professional since '96. So what's that? It's not even 30 years old.
But it's gone backwards, because I remember a time where, I mean, we spoke about Vodacom Cup earlier. People were living with their wives and kids and off of Vodacom Cup salary, right? And like now, people are talking about the 6 month salary, 6 month contracts in the same divisions, and the salaries definitely would have decreased. Things are getting more expensive. It just doesn't seem like a working formula. But also, what we did notice, I think this ties in back to South African rugby in general. We see people also leaving. They're going to go play in other countries because financially it's a lot more.
Makes sense.
It makes more sense. But we're seeing some South Africans also, once they live overseas, they come back home, you know? Obviously, we saw Siya leave and come back. We saw Hachiva go to racing
and flourish.
What do you think, Blair? What do you think about Siya, first of all, leaving the Sharks, having a stint at Racing Metro, one of the most prestigious rugby clubs in the world. Teams. And then he's back at the Sharks. Sharks also very prestigious club.
And they paid a lot of money for him to be back at the Sharks. So they must value him.
He had some tough words from the boss of Racing Metro.
Very, very tough.
Very, very tough words. What do you think about that?
I'm glad to see him back. I think obviously it's always great to have the captain sort of base here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love having him back here. I think with the Sharks, I'm a Sharks fan, so probably biased in that way of saying that he must come back. But like, with players leaving overseas, for me, to be honest with you, like, I've always put in this space. We have so many rugby players in South Africa. Yeah. Like it just opens up an opportunity for someone else. Like there's so many guys that have left and thrived overseas and done well for themselves. And I don't mind at all. I think guys must go and if they can get extra cash overseas, go play, because the thing is, it's just like I watch being involved in super sports schools, and you just in a school that the level of talent that comes through every year. You watch under 18s leaving, you're like, oh, how is this group also just as good as the last group? Yeah. And all these guys are gonna play. They're gonna play rugby somewhere.
They gotta play somewhere.
Like they've gotta play somewhere. So it's like, yes, we're going to keep some of them, but like eventually, guys have got to go check.
But exactly, you also think because our pool coming out of high school is so massive that we kind of need some those quality players, the quality players to go and get paid the good money overseas, and then we bring out these younger guys because the pool is so big. But I don't think it's a good fit for different strokes for different folks. I mean, 100%, some guys settle in like a duck to water in the French teams. Some guys struggle. So
I mean, we saw that happen with Siya.
Exactly.
Siya arrived at Racing Metro, but when he arrived just before I think they won the World Cup. He was on a very, very high,
massive signing for them
streak performance-wise, and then got to Racing Metro, got an injury. Obviously, he's still Siya Kolisi. Still the captain of the best rugby team in the world. I would say the best rugby team to ever play the game at the moment, if you look at the numbers, right? So he's still that guy. But then I would honestly call his stint at Racing Metro unsuccessful. He's still a quality player, still the best, one of the best to ever do it. Yeah. But just that little stint to go there for a short period of time, to leave early and not complete fulfill your contract. It's not a successful trip.
I mean, obviously,
but then, for example,
with a boss like that, you blame him for coming back.
We look at Hachiva DAYIMANI, young player, exact same kind of guy, but he's thriving at Racing Metro. They love him over there. He's playing like a champion, but they're both very good players. So what do you call that? Like, what is that weird?
Also one of them, but one of them has to. One of them is like, for example, Achiever was fantastic. Like, it does the pressure. It's not playing test rugby in between.
Okay,
because it's playing rugby pretty much for 12 months a year.
Test matches
that does play a factor. But I don't like it's. Some guys it works for some guys it doesn't. Like you look at like Robert Dupree at the Sharks. I mean, Sharks fans who guys are ready for him to leave. He goes to sell Sharks. It's been fantastic for them.
Exactly.
But like he has been one of the Form 10s in the Premiership. He's been good. Now. He's been very good there. And so like some guys thrive and whatever go. Some guys maybe overseas. Some guys come back.
But it's tricky. Kooks, the racing team knew that he had Springbok commitments when they signed him. So do you think they kind of went back on an initial agreement, or
I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, I think it's tough. But it is Siya Kolisi. I think
tricky when they bring a player over and then say, no, come play for us, but don't do the whole international
job. Don't go play for your country.
No, you can't.
I think, no, don't play for your country, especially as a captain.
Probably, I think in France, the be-all and end-all is the top 14. That's all they care about.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. I was in France and like someone was like, the top 14 is the best league in the world, in World Rugby. What, like, this is what he said. I strongly disagree with that.
What do you think is the best league in the world?
I thought Super Rugby was the best league in the world.
No, but
now I'm not sure. Like, what? I don't know. I just don't know.
If you look at the amount of sponsorship, if you look at the amount of sponsorship involved with the top 14 and the amount of high quality international players playing there, I could believe that it is
the best rugby league in the world.
I think it's between.
Yeah, it's tricky.
I think it's between the Guinness Premiership, URC, and top 40. I think it's those three for me are the clear top three.
Which one is the best? You need to give us one.
I'll be biased and say URC, but I mean top 14 is close. But I'll probably say URC then top. I mean.
But the URC still has the Welsh teams, Cooks. The Welsh teams ready.
Hey, but Leinster, because Leinster, you can't leave Leinster out. Leinster's one. I think Leinster's the best club team in world rugby.
I mean, exactly. I think it's the G of the world. I mean, I get it, but look at the terms of the league of like URC's had about four different winners now. I think Stormers, Munster, Glasgow. So 3 different winners now, right? And it's the league's getting better. Like you look at all the sides now, they're all getting better. It's probably the most competitive at the moment in terms of just the sheer number of. Upstairs, Zebra beat Munster. So like the teams are rocking up. I mean, Bulls have beaten Leinster last year semi-final. That's true. And like all this is competitive wise in terms of like upsets and just in terms of a spectacle. In terms of like what you get in the tournament, it is the URC where like in terms of the best. I mean, but obviously Champions Cup is the best tournament in the world. That's hands down by far.
Cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
Cream of the crop. Like Super Rugby doesn't come close to what the URC or top 14 it doesn't come close.
Yeah.
Like at the moment.
So which year do you think Hachiva will get his Springbok cap? His first Springbok cap. Do we see Hachiva DAYIMANI getting a Springbok cap?
What will it take?
But there's lots of flankers.
Whoa. So because obviously when he was at the Stormers, he was starting ahead of like Jason Dixon and all those guys. He was like the starting guy. So when you choose. Like for the team of the Springbok, surely you would choose out of the starting, like loose forwards. Like you wouldn't choose a guy on the bench.
It depends what the box needed though at that stage. So that's, for example, like a Ben Jason Dixon comes in because like for example you need cover for a Peter Steff, for example, like sort of a bit of a hybrid, and then so like I think it's hard like for someone like Hachiva who I definitely think would love to see him become a Springbok, but again I was gonna like look at the list of guys who aren't there. Like, Roos still needs to come back.
Who?
Roos still needs to come back.
Pep's not going on tour.
Dixon. So Pep's is the head of Hachiva.
Pep's is in the mix.
But like, he's not going. Ben just didn't go on tour. There's tons of guys who have gotten cap. Marcel Coetzee there's guys who are lined up just not. Cameron Hanekom, still Cameron Hanekom hasn't.
What's it going to take for us to see my nigga Hachiva in the number 7 jersey? What is he missing?
He's not missing anything. It's just
what's the missing ingredient? I watched it. What was this crazy stat? Like he's scoring tries.
He scored many tries. Defenders beaten. He was up there with the most in the tournament.
What is it going to take? Does he have to gain more weight? It's like
so. The thing I don't think it's a Hachiva thing. I just think it's a sheer
PR thing. No,
it's numbers. Like
numbers.
Numbers guys ahead of him. Guys, Peter Steff plays every week.
Yeah, every minute of that match he'll be on the field.
But if
Ben Jason Dixon can get on that field, make a few mistakes, everyone gets subbed early. Everyone thinks that's the last time he'll play and still get selected.
But he's good. But he's not going to Europe now.
No, rightfully so, I'd say.
But I'm saying, he did. For example, like he did.
All credit to Ben Jason Dixon, but I think he needs to go find some form at the URC. Find some form at the URC.
He needs to go do some extras. But obviously he's a top class player. He's obviously doing very well just to be selected out there to be part of that group. So shout out to him. Good.
But it's just a matter of Hachiva. Everyone thought that he'd done so well and that he'd done enough. Right, gone through the right channels. SA under 18, SA under 20, Blitzpoker. We all thought that the next door to open for him would be the Springbok door. And for it to not happen for him, I think a lot of the fans felt.
I think it might be like a Cheslin Colby type situation where he goes to France for a little bit, cooks, and then they run him back. You know,
that is exciting.
Yeah.
You know, exciting prospect to think of.
Now, obviously, guys, I was on social media, and we know my brother, Elas Elton Janchis. Obviously, he's not playing rugby anymore. We're on the street. Lionel Mapu also just retired. Shout out to the guys.
Shout out to Lionel.
You know, they also
still a career.
Yeah.
Things on
they
the field.
both had 2 phenomenal rugby careers. So shout out to them. They put in some good work. But apparently, there's a boxing match coming up.
Oh, heck.
Boxing match between the boys.
Guys, people need to stop doing this to themselves.
Hold on. Is there a boxing match or is it all cap? Like, what's the vibe?
I don't know. I've never heard. It's the first time I've heard of it. I mean,
really?
Lionel versus Elton.
Lionel, apparently they did a promotion thing on Instagram. Apparently it's about to go crazy.
Guys, you can't. This boxing thing makes me laugh. Like,
but a lot of rugby players go from the rugby field.
Why?
And then straight to the boxing. I don't know what it is. Maybe the bug bites.
Don't take enough hits in the field. Now you're going to be a boxer. Come on.
It's a charity fight. Apparently it's raising funds. I think it will be a good way for Elton to get some good publicity. Maybe he needs it. Who do you think will come out on top in a fight like that?
Sure, it's tough.
Lose your money on books. Who do you think?
I've got to go to Elton.
I'm going. The thing is, I would have gone Elas, but I've heard. I mean, obviously, Lionel Mapu just retired. We know that he was, training for the Bulls. He still has that rugby fitness in him.
No, but Elton's also been training.
No, but apparently, I mean, we seeing if you go on social media, the stories are crazy. I don't know if he's doing the same training as Super Rugby, Jake White, Blue Bulls. It can't be the same level type training. No matter if you're gymming by yourself compared to
100%
a professional outfit, it can't be the same.
I don't know, but he's street smart.
I'll go with Lionel on that way. He's street
smart. No. He's street smart. I think Elton's got the street smarts going for him.
Yeah.
But maybe Lionel will be faster and quicker, off the mark. Him being still active.
More conditioning. The last line.
Yeah, 100%.
Who's the GOAT of rugby, Cooks? Obviously, everyone's talking Antoine Dupont. Everyone's talking Cheslin Colby. Who's the GOAT?
This debate.
Who's the GOAT? I mean, if you're in France, you like Antoine Dupont. He can do no wrong. He's the GOAT. He literally was in the USA the other day with the LA team.
Yeah.
Doing a few drills there. With the NFL team. So I don't know if because Antoine Dupont plays sevens. He plays 15s. Every time France needs someone to step up, Antoine Dupont just go and he steps up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like remember back in the day. You climb a solution, like put up like players and those looking for players to come train. And like everybody comes to your carry your jam, bro. Antoine Dupont is in Ngubani, you know what I mean?
He's that guy. He center, he wants to play 13 some days.
Right,
Who's your guy?
He plays well.
Guy, Cooks?
Yeah.
Who's my GOAT?
Who's your GOAT?
Antoine Dupont, Cheslin Colby.
Oh, geez, between the two. I was in general. I was going to say Dan Carter's probably the GOAT.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I love Cheslin Colby. I think Cheslin's fantastic, but I do think Dupont for me is probably the best player in the moment. At the moment this year, probably current best here, but I think between the two, I've got to lean towards. Lean towards.
Shout out to Antoine Dupont. We'd love to have you on the Scrum At Me show if you're watching, Antoine. And Tweezy, come on the show, and Tweezy.
Come on the show.
But this debate, what's frustrating me about this debate is, it's a great debate. Colby's fantastic as well. It's very close.
No, Colby's a good player.
What I don't like is like people sort of been
phenomenal
pretending that and the point is not good. Like it's not.
Yes.
No.
The point is the point is an absolute cheat code. He's a joke. Like
he's a really good player.
Like same as Colby. Like the point does things which is like. What he's doing is not normal.
Did you see that the other back pass this past week?
Like he's with both feet, like that stuff. And you're like incredibly strong. Like there's certain thing he does is like that's not normal. Like I don't think he's in the GOAT discussion, but I'm just like, but you can't tell me he's not one of the top 5, top 3 best rugby players in the world.
I like what you're saying there, Cooks. That he does things that are insane. He kicked the ball. Moved to the other day. I don't know if you saw.
When he kicked
the ball so hard and it popped. Yes,
the player was a bit barefoot. Surely. Okay, that wraps it up. That wraps it up. We're actually about to get into the second game of the show. It's very, very interesting, Cooks. It's called Get Into the Scrum.
Okay.
Get into the Scrum.
Okay. Familiar position.
It's been a while.
Earlier we were talking about packing down to the Scrum. We better pack down now and get into it.
It's been a while since a Scrum, but sure.
So basically what it is, fire a round of questions. Answer them as fast as you can. Best of your ability. As obviously as accurate as you can. Obviously we'll get started. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Cooks. Get into the Scrum, Blair.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're about to get into it.
It's been a while since Scrum.
Don't be nervous, Blair. When people do the blinking thing,
I'm thinking after the first game, I was a bit worried. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, what's the first thing you think of when you wake up?
Oh, first thing I think of when I wake up.
It depends. Probably if I'm playing golf that day, it's probably like, what's
just generally.
Generally, what's the first thing I wake up? Nah, it's probably first thing I do wake up. Probably I pray as I wake up. That's the first thing.
Oh, that's good.
So I normally pray. That's the first thing I do. Then, or I have to go to the bathroom.
This is the prayer, okay. Past the Cooks in the morning. Shout out.
The second question we have lined up for you. Your dream front row.
Dream front row.
Who do you have there scrumming for you?
Obviously, you were a coach, so
he knows what to look for.
We do value your opinion.
That is a tough question.
Everyone is free game. Anyone
to ever play the game.
Ox. Bismarck.
Bismarck. So you got also Africa. Okay.
OG. Important one, the tight head.
Ooh, the tight head. You can't go Robbie Kempson just because.
No, I'll go France. I'll go Robbie Kempson. I can't do Robbie too much.
You'll like it. You'll enjoy that one.
He would love. That's my three.
So you say France.
Ox, Bismarck, France.
France man,
keep it all say. I love me.
He's been good. Very underrated.
Ayo, we have to just single that out.
Love me all
France Malhaba right now is currently the best tight end in World Rugby.
Prime peak fitness condition.
But before we continue, is this Springbok team like not the best, like the best Springbok team to ever exist?
Yeah, I think so.
Safe to say.
Safe to say this is the best team we've ever seen.
I think it's gone past the 09 side. I think this one's the best. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Now, question 3: you're choosing one fly-off to kick for your life. Your life's in danger, Cooks. You're about to get murked. You're about to die. You need one fly-off to do it for you. Who you running?
Andre Pollard.
Andre Pollard.
But you said DC was a good.
Yeah, overall. But I mean, Andre.
You back him to be consistent.
He's the Iceman at the moment.
Shock.
Going with Andre Pollard. Okay, Pollard.
And if you to choose someone to lead your country, Rassie or Donald Trump?
Definitely Rassie.
Dr. Rassie.
Dr. Rassie.
Why is everyone trying to choose Rassie? Trump's a businessman.
Can't do no wrong.
Give me Rassie.
Why would you go with Rassie?
Come on, now 2 World Cup wins.
Speaks for himself.
His resume speaks for itself. Doctor now as well.
Doctor,
hey. All right.
And he's local from just around the corner.
Yeah, from Dispatch.
Just around the corner.
One of the few good things going to Dispatch.
Oh yeah.
Hey, dude. All right. Shout out to Dispatch. Would you choose 50,000 Rand or dinner with Siya Kolisi?
50,000 Rand.
50,000.
You can get a dinner with Siya Kolisi anytime. You can get a dinner anytime.
I think if push comes to shove, I think he would want me to take the 50K.
Then I'll buy him dinner. We were saying in the last show with Jam, the dinner is like a meeting. Rock Nation player, maybe Rock Nation might come.
Networking experience.
Shoot a comedy special or something. What's the story, Rock Day? You know what I mean?
No,
50K.
Take the 50K.
No,
shout out to Siya. Okay.
And if you weren't a comedian, what career would you pursue?
Probably still be coaching.
Rugby coaching.
Coach. Okay.
Coaching. Yeah, I think that's what I must be pursuing.
Wouldn't see like a CEO Cooks or
no,
you know what I mean. Business owner.
horrendous in the office.
Dr. Cooks.
I had an office job for 4 months, and I was terrible.
Just didn't feel it, eh?
No, it's just, I'm not good in the office. I'm supposed to be coaching.
All right. No, okay, that's cool.
No,
okay.
that's good.
Okay. Question number 8. Female celebrity crush. Cooks, before you answer this question, I want you to understand, if you look at these 3 cameras there, the ways are watching. Every single way, worldwide. Kim Kardashian's watching. Hey, Pearl Tusi's watching.
Don't get Cooks
Boyti from the last show, because Jam said Boyti. Everyone's watching, player.
I still need to go home, and I want to ask this question.
Okay, if you were single.
No. That's a good question. It's hard though. I won't lie to you guys. I mean, I think this is probably from the youth. I've always been a Kim K guy.
Kim Kardashian. Shout out Kim Kardashian. Hey, but she obviously was married to Kanye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, and Tinashe. Remember Tinashe?
Tinashe. It's not like he came out of the
Take us back.
Tinashe came through.
Yo, Tinashe.
Tinashe. I love to get on. Yeah, I know that track.
Come on now.
I know that track. Okay.
No, it's good taste, Cooks. Good taste. And what's the best piece of advice you've ever received? And who was it from?
My dad, when I was 17, I wanted to stop playing rugby to focus on soccer. And then he said to me, he's like, he asked me, do I like playing rugby? And I said, yeah, I enjoy it. And he just said, do it because it makes you happy. Once it stops making you happy, stop. So my dad always said to me, do whatever I do it for the sake of being happy, for the sake of being fulfilled, as opposed to chasing money, chasing 100%. Results. So that's pretty much how I live my life now, is I don't
chase happiness.
Sort of chase happiness, be fulfilled. So that once my dad sort of told me that, so that's something I sort of live by now. Yeah.
No, awesome.
That's deep,
cool.
bro. Chase happiness, guys. Don't chase girls, chase happiness. Shout out to the Cooks. I believe in that.
I said money.
That is strong.
And you didn't say anything about
I said money. Money, man.
No, I'm just joking.
Kids out there. Don't chase money. Don't chase happiness. Leave all that other heat. Okay, cool. Cookie, I think that was honestly. Obviously, we're laughing now. We joking. You know, it's all fun and games, but that was some very, very deep piece of advice that you just said there. Chase happiness, fulfill yourself, find something that feeds your soul. It's very important to find a dream, chase that dream as much as you can, and then once you, like you say, once it stops making you happy, find another one and chase that. 100%. You know what I mean? It's important just to keep going. Life is long, but also it can be short too. So
the rewards come with it, though. That's what I want to say. The rewards do come with it.
Put in that effort.
Because if you don't do something that fulfills you, the rewards do come in the day. Like, you know, you can do something. You know, I've had jobs and I've taken certain gigs for the sake of, like, I just need some cash here and there. You know, like, you don't feel fulfilled. You do for the sake of doing it. But there's times, for example, like I want to say, like when I coach, I probably earned the least amount of money ever. But man, did I love it! Absolutely. Like I could have carried on playing rugby and gotten a lot more money, 4 or 5 times I was earning as a teacher. But I didn't enjoy playing rugby professionally anymore. I was sort of that passion had left, and then when I started coaching, for example, I'm like, I was so fulfilled doing what I did there. Where like money, sort of certain things, yes, it does help, but you just couldn't, like the void of it, like didn't feel that void. If I went to chase money, I'd be like, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's coaching is like.
I think once that bug bites and the fulfillment you get out of coaching and working with the future, the next generation, it's definitely rewarding. So I know what you mean, Cooks, 100%.
Yeah, man. No, I think one thing, because we were talking about it in the last game, there has to be a study that's done on like rugby highs and lows, what that does to a person, you know, because obviously you can have really, really good moments and really enjoy it, and you can have really, really tough moments and not enjoy it, you know. Yeah. But I think if you continue to do it, you know, I guess you have to have a reason why, you know, that's keeping you, you know, because obviously it's a very, very tough business, a very, very tough game. So your why is very important, you know. As we have the 10th question, which basically is a rugby related question, which you know, because that's one of the last ones of getting to the scrum. If you could play for any team and you could play any position, which team would you play for? Which position and why?
Probably fly off. Come on, no. as every four has ever dreamed of doing.
Bro, James did flop too.
I would say like when
I was trying to play 10.
It's just one of those positions.
I was in the box, and the box is the easy answer. But I'd love to like play 10 for. Who have we now started to play for? Probably like Peak Crusaders.
10 for the Crusaders.
Peak Crusaders.
Yeah. Peak now.
Just going for the vibes there.
Richie and the boys,
conducting the forwards there. Same side, eh? They must move.
So you can Richie Mwanga for a day.
Wait, did you say P? Oh, I thought someone said PE Crusaders.
No, Peak Crusaders.
PE
Crusaders. Oh, you said Peak Crusaders.
Yeah, the Peak Crusaders.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? Shout out to Kwabu. Say join us there.
Yeah. Best stadium in PE. But Peak Crusaders.
Second best
stadium.
Yeah.
Don't treat the second best stadium. NMBS, still the best.
NMBS, Nelson Mandela Bay.
Best stadium in the country.
Shout out Nelson Mandela Bay. Okay, no, I think Cooks. That's the end of getting into the scrum. But obviously for me, I just have obviously a little personal. I saw that you and Jam were together at the Trickers. Trickers thing. What was that? What was
that was so dope. Obviously, I mean, Trickers coming back with the title for the first time. Brilliant. I feel that was amazing. But also going to meet Jam as well. It's always great to sort of meet guys in sort of the same space, and you and Jam is absolutely hilarious. And it was so dope to sort of chop it up with him and then sort of chat and how we.
But obviously, I'm like a social media warrior. I'm in the comments. Sometimes I'm watching.
In the trenches, digging
up. Obviously, we saw a video of you and the boys, you and Jam, and there was a bit of a debate. Yeah, there was a bit of a back and forth. There was a bit of a who's the better mate between Cookie and Jam. Who's the better comedian? Who's the better social media commentator between Jam and Cookie? Jam said he was the GOAT. I don't know. Cooks, I don't know what you have to say about that. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I mean, Jam did say that you did say that he did sort of start making videos after I started making videos. So. I might say, so I don't know. Jam is great. I mean, I'm a humble guy.
Jam is great.
I'll give it to Jam. You know me. I'm just a man of the people.
Man of the people.
Jam
is great. I like that.
I like it. Diplomatic.
I like it. You know, Jam is great. Good. No, Jam. You heard him. You heard it best.
You heard it for yourself.
Cookie said he's better than you. No. Nah. Obviously, Jam, also his family of the show, you know, who had a great episode within episode 1.
Shout out to Jam.
Check it out now. It's on YouTube. We have a few clips on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook. Facebook actually, the video on Facebook had 40,000 views. The full episode had 40,000 people tapped in from all over the world. Coach Sim.
It's amazing, man. It's great to see.
Shout out to everyone that's tapped in. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. If you aren't tapping, tap in. Whoever isn't tapped in, tap them in. And let's grow the family. Let's keep this thing going. Obviously, we have something special here, so let's keep going. Shout out any words, any closing bars?
No, it's been great, man. It's been great to have our second episode of the Scrum At Me show. We really love engaging with the fans and the viewers on our social media platforms. It's always good to open up the debate, open up the platform there.
The comments are hilarious.
The comments are always the
comment
best.
section is where it's at.
The memes are always good. Shout out to you, Cooks, for coming and joining us.
No, shout out. Thanks
for our second episode.
It's been great.
Thanks for coming, bro.
No, shout out.
Thanks for coming. We wish you well, Cooks. We wish you well in your career. Only good things to come from you.
No, 100%.
And Strongs, brother. I hope everything goes well.
Hopefully I can come back again soon.
Yeah, obviously this is definitely one of many. You know, that we'll have many more episodes, so we'll definitely have you on.
No,
maybe what we can do next time is like have you on as like a guest host. You know what I mean? We'll have you on in a suit. And then
that's gonna be a goal of the show.
Yeah.
Get Cookie in the suit.
We'll probably call it that'll be the title of the show.
Yeah.
Cookie in the suit. So but like Coach Sim said, bro, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. We love your content. We wish you nothing but the best. We want you to grow, and obviously the bigger you get, the bigger we get, because we family, you know what I mean? If you win, we win. If you got, we got, you know what I mean? So congratulations to you. All the best. Keep going, and can't stop, won't stop. Shout out to Diddy.
Yeah. He did so well.
So wow. And does Kooks have any closing statements for us?
No, thanks for having me, guys. It's been great. Obviously, it's been great to catch up with family, and looking forward to seeing how the show grows. I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on you guys. But like I said, it's been a hell of a journey, and looking forward to sort of continuing and see where it goes from here. But thanks again for having me, guys. And like Vuk said, tap in.
Tap in. Wait, also just obviously, Kooks, from the Scrum at Me family, we want to show you our love and support. Obviously, you and your family went through a tough time recently. We don't want to get into any depth about it. It's obviously a personal thing. Handle it at home. Handle it with your family. We just want to show you our love and support. You know, our fans also, they love you. They support you. Your family, we wish them nothing but the best. God bless them, bro. It's a tough time. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going, push through. And that's it, bro. Nothing else. We don't want to get into it, but that's it.
Guys. Thank you much.
Like we said, tap in. Thank you, guys.
Share.
Love.